Good afternoon and welcome to Bull Market Stock Show. This is your host Rian Opson, and we're doing today actually the crude oil prices today, which I think personally that the crude oil prices will actually drop further on. Although today it actually reversed back quite nicely. And I think it might actually reach about $65 on the crude oil prices. But I think fair value for the oil price is definitely at around $50, $55 a barrel. But I will actually show you my evidence of how I get to that conclusion.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Bull Market Stock Show. This is yours, Rian Opson, and we're doing actually today the crude oil prices. Now, please do subscribe for my YouTube page and also drop your comments if you have questions regarding the oil prices. But I think personally that it will drop to about 55 or about $50 a barrel. That is now on the crude oil prices. Now, also there's a link below on markets.com. Please register your account and get also your free classes. Now, let me share you a few articles that I came across. Look, for me personally, there is way too much pressure on the oil price. One of them is actually this one here of the column. This is like the fund manager sells oil as coronavirus infections rise. Now, that is the one. Also, Germany this weekend, about 3 days ago, was this article, Germany enters fourth wave coronavirus wave. Then on the other one also is actually the U.S. oil and gas rigs rise for the third week. That is now Baker Hughes. Now, this obviously, it create a supply of oil or increase the supply of oil. And that normally happens when the oil price go up. Then the U.S. shale gas traders are coming on stream, pump more oil out because there is actually a demand for oil in the United States. Now, those things actually put pressure on the oil price. Also, there were actually talks from Joe Biden that putting pressure on actually on the OPEC members to pump more oil out. So all of those factors are coming in to try and actually to pump more oil or to force the oil price to go down. But the big one is the new variant. I think personally, because of the new variant that comes into effect, especially now that it's winter in the northern hemisphere, the new variant comes in, especially in the United States. There was approximately about 87,000 cases that I checked on yesterday. That is actually in the United States. And then you have the story of Germany, and then you have the story of China, where it's hot and cold. You're not sure of the ports are opening because of the spread of the new variant. But in the northern hemisphere, it's getting winter. And also, do guys follow also the other broadcasters where they're talking about the leisure industry that's actually scaling down now because of the rise of the infections, especially from the new variant. Now, please, you must remember what happened last year. Obviously, that was the first that we encountered where lockdowns came in and then the oil prices dropped to zero. Due to this new variant that comes in, I think personally that there will be actually a slowdown in economy activity. Especially, there was also an article regarding Germany where they have actually a slowdown in activity, although the services industry actually picked up in Germany, but not the manufacturing industry. So all of those things that comes in, that is all to do with the new variant that comes in. And I think that's why the oil the OPEC members did not pump actually more oil out or don't want to raise the supply of oil because of this new variant that comes in. And also it is winter in the northern hemisphere. That's why I think that a fair value price for oil is about $55, or we can look at $50 a barrel. If you look specifically at the crude oils, this is actually my trading account. As you can see, I'm bidding in the red today because I'm waiting actually for this reversal. Now, this where this is now on a 4-hour crude oil inventories, I think obviously that it will hit maybe the 50-day EMA or maybe to 66, and then actually it will start to go down. That is now on the oil prices. I'm just actually making this for you bigger. This is now on crude oil. I think maybe it will hit this spot here of the 50-day EMA and maybe $66, and then it will go down. That is all now to do with the new variant that comes in, and also you have this leisure part, especially your cruise boats that also have some severe cancellations that's going on, and also on traveling where the flight fees and that's expensive, and also that people are canceling flights. So those things also come in effect, and that will definitely that is what I think that will bring down actually the oil prices. Now, I think personally that the oil prices are going down now. If the oil prices go down, then it affects also other currencies, which actually comes into play. That is now, if we look at, for example, the currencies, the one specifically that get hits the hardest is normally your USD Canada, where you will see also that, well, Canada is actually retracing quite nicely against the US dollar, but this one is actually very vulnerable when it comes to the oil prices. Because Canada has quite a large oil reserve, and they also pump and sell oil. The other one also is the Australian dollar that also get affected by oil, because once the oil prices are starting to drop, and then you will also see the Australian dollars start to drop, and that is also with the rising cases in Australia. So all that pressure is actually building on the Australian dollar. So I think also the Australian dollar is going to go up maybe until here to the 50-day EMA, or maybe until that point, and then that is where we will see a retracement on the Australian dollar. The other one is also New Zealand. That is not sure is hot and cold. The economy is now again under lockdown with one case. They say there's approximately about 35 new cases that come up. And also there's a lockdown extension until the weekend. So that is also putting pressure on the New Zealand dollar. Now, with all these closures of the economy, winter in the Northern Hemisphere, which is the biggest regions when it comes to economic activity, all of those factors that come in, that makes actually oil prices extremely, extremely vulnerable because of travel restrictions, and then also the slow pace of manufacturing activity. So with that said, I think personally, oil prices will reach about 65, say about $66, and then we will see actually oil prices decrease. There's too much pressure on the oil price, especially what I mentioned now with oil rigs that are coming back in the United States. Also, you have fund managers that are selling their oil stakes, and then also we have this new variant that is ripping through the Northern Hemisphere. And also we have about 85,000 cases. That was now yesterday out of the United States alone. So I think definitely oil is actually under pressure, especially if you look what happened last year. I think people will get a bit scary for the oil, and I think that is where we will see oil prices maybe move to about $55 or $50. But the best thing is rather to wait until it reaches this point, see if it comes backwards, and then you can start to enter your trade. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, and also click on the link below and register an account for you, and you will get my classes absolutely free. So that is it from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and then I will see you guys again today. Later today at 8 o'clock, I will have a surprise guest actually regarding my analysis that was last week on gold. So please, I will actually give you a heads up on what is happening at 8 o'clock tonight. But for now, I will see you guys later on at about 8 o'clock, and please don't forget to tune in also later at 8 o'clock. That's it from my side. See you guys later. Bye-bye.